Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. You can dim your lights, you can put on your tunes, put on whatever feels good for you, and then find a comfortable seat. And because this is going to be a yin-yang flow, the idea is to balance our yin energy, which is this like divine, feminine, creative, like kind of dark and chaotic energy, with this masculine energy that's really bright and active and intense, right? So one of the ways to do that is through pranayama or breath work, and we'll start with a form of breath work called alternate nostril breathing, which is why you might want to blow your nose before you do this, because if you have any sniffles, it will be tricky. Take your peace and love fingers of your, let's take them of your right hand and place your peace and love fingers right to the space between your eyebrows, okay? So right to the space between your eyebrows. And now drape your right thumb over your right nostril, and your other two fingers will drape over your left nostril. Close your eyes here, sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in through both nostrils and just notice how that feels. There might be some gunk or some stickiness. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Now plug your right nostril with your right thumb. Inhale through your left nostril. Plug both nostrils, so now you're holding your breath, and simply release your thumb and exhale out through your right nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Plug your nose, hold your breath. Exhale through your left nostril. Inhale left. Plug your nose, hold your breath. Exhale right. Inhale right. Pause, hold your breath. Exhale left. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. Keep going, 1 minute here. You can make your breath and your holds longer or shorter, whatever you need to do. 1 minute. The next time you breathe out through your right nostril, keep your eyes closed and simply place both hands down onto your lap. Simply place both hands down onto your lap and start to breathe in and out through both nostrils now. Bring your hands together at heart center and consider this idea of finding balance. What do you need to find balance in your day-to-day life? Is there something you'd like to let go of that could help you feel more balanced, or something you need to add in? And with this intention of finding balance, sitting at the tip of your tongue, take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Now you can sing or listen to the sound Om just once. Inhale. Good. Lower your hands hands down into your lap. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and just start to manipulate your shoulders. So take big rolls back 3 times. Go as slow or as quick as you'd like. And then take 3 big shoulder rolls forward. Really good. And now place your left hand down on the floor. Keep both sit bones grounded. Inhale, reach your right arm up and over. Turn your gaze down towards the floor. You might come as far down as your forearm or as high up as your fingertips. But take 3 big breaths here, sending the breath into your side body, always gluing those sit bones, especially your right sit bone, back down onto the earth. And now inhale, lift up, rise up. Both arms stretch overhead, look towards the sky. Exhale, switch over to the opposite side. Push down through your sit bones, turn your gaze towards the earth. Breathe into that side rib cage. And just notice how your body's feeling here. Inhale, pop back up, stretch both arms up overhead, look up. And now take your left arm underneath your right arm. Take your left arm underneath your right arm. Give yourself a big hug and tuck your fingers right into your shoulders behind you. If that feels really nice, stay there. Maybe place the backs of your hands together or the fronts of your palms together. If you've taken Garudasana or eagle arms, you can reach your arms up and turn your gaze down. 3 breaths wherever you are. Really good. Unwrap your arms, scoop them all the way up to the sky, look to your fingers, and rebound those arms back through center. This time take your right arm under, start with that big hug, that big squeeze. And push your fingers into your shoulders. Maybe stay there or slide the backs of your hands, perhaps even the fronts of your hands together. Draw your chin in towards your chest. A few breaths here. Let your arms sweep back around your body, reaching for the sky. And now take your fingers, place your fingers right onto your shoulders. Place your fingers onto your shoulders. Good. Start to take really big, slow circles with your arms. Yeah, super slow. So like dial it down 50%. And I always find when I'm doing more slow and subtle work like this, closing my eyes takes the ego out of it. And it becomes really, really intuitive. Switch directions and see if you can just start to target particular areas of tension through your shoulders and your chest with this really simple movement, just by becoming aware of what you're doing. So by being present, that's the terminology the yogis like to use. Good. Finally, place your hands down onto the floor and pop your body up onto all fours. Flip your fingers right away so they face towards your knees. So your fingers face towards your knees. They might not actually do that. They might turn out to the sides of your yoga mat. That's okay. We're just finding an opposing stretch to the work we get when we do lots of texting or typing. And now dip your bum by any amount towards your heels. And let the palms of your hands lift up off the floor. You're pressing down through your fingers. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Drift forward again. Turn your hands now to face the top of your yoga mat. So back to that plain vanilla all fours variation. And begin to move through spinal fluctuation. So drop your spine, loop your shoulders back, lift your gaze. Round into your upper back, look towards your tummy. We're going to move from cat-cow into something my teachers call spinal flossing. So the next time you come into a rounded spine, push your hips right back towards your heels. You might walk your hands forward. You're landing towards this child's pose only for a brief moment, and then inhale, come forward. You're slithering like a snake into that spinal extension. So your belly drops and your gaze lifts. Exhale, round into your upper back, puff up between your shoulder blades, drop your bum down towards your heels, sink into child's pose. And then inhale, gaze forward, sneak your body back up and through into that back bend. Could you do this a few more times at your own pace? Flossing through your spine and your shoulders. The next time you arrive towards child's pose, remain there. Stretch your arms forward, let your forehead fall towards the mat, and take 5 deep breaths. With a softness through your chest, simply walk your hands over towards the right, push the earth away. You could stay active through your fingers or passive here. 1 full cycle of breath into that side rib cage again. And as you exhale, simply sweep your body through center and take that little side stretch on the other side. 1 big breath here. Exhale, walk your hands back through center, perk up onto all fours, float your hips up and back. Here's downward facing dog. As soon as you get there, start to move. So bend deep into one knee and then the opposite knee. Hang your head heavy between your upper arms. Let your hips move left to right. Just really feel the sensations that come through when you take this shape. Now find stillness. Take your tongue to the back of your 2 front teeth. Inhale and exhale through your nose, creating a gentle constriction in the back of your throat. This is called Ujjayi breath. Bend deep into your knees until they hover just above the floor. Look forward, take a great big step forward. And when you get there, press your hands into your shins, lift your heart and your chest. As you exhale, fold, let your whole body drape forward. Now ground down through the 4 corners of your feet, root down to rise up, come all the way up to stand, and exhale your hands to your heart center. Take your hands alongside your body, close your eyes. 5 breaths here in mountain pose. Think of your intention of balance as you move through some of these unstable movements. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, fold to the floor. Inhale, push your hands into your shins, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into a high plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lower slowly all the way onto your stomach and stretch your arms directly out in front, palms facing one another. Press down through your pubic bone, lift your toes, lift your head, lift your chest, maybe even lift your hands. Take a big breath in. And now exhale, plant your hands beside your body and relax. Flex your feet, push your hands into the earth, float up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, that's 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Bend through your knees, look forward, hop or step forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soar your body all the way up. This time keep moving, so exhale, float right back down to the floor. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step into high plank pose, hold again, this time 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Keep your hands where they are, peel your shoulder blades back, push down for all 10 toes and lift up into baby cobra, a very tiny back bend. Release your head to the floor, press through your hands, float up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, bend into your knees, look forward, hop or step forward. Inhale, lengthen, exhale to fold. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up, come to stand. Last time like this, exhale, fold to the floor. Find some movement in the meditation. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step to plank pose. Hold here this time for 3, 2, 1 more deep breath in. Lower all the way down to the floor. Take your fingers just outside of your yoga mat. Press down through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, drop back down. Inhale, roll up, look over your right shoulder. Exhale to release. Inhale, come up, look over your left shoulder. Exhale to release. Plant your palms, push up and back, downward facing dog. Just 1 breath this time. Inhale. Exhale. Bend into both knees, look forward, hop or step forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root down through your feet. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, mountain pose. Take your hands alongside your body. Close your eyes, breathe here. Bring your big toes together. If your feet are apart, big toes come together now. Sink low into your hips and take your hands together at your heart center. Tilt over, or rather shift over towards the right with your hands, and then come right back through center and shift towards the left. Come through center, shift right. Come through center, shift left. So my lower body is like a statue. It's not moving at all. I'm literally just rotating my spine, moving my arms, and moving my hands from side to side. This is pretty hard work. If you're not feeling a lot here, try sinking your hips a little bit lower. We'll do this a few more times, thinking about the idea of building heat, yang energy, playing with balance and power. And the next time you come through center, center arms forward, look up. Exhale, fold, release those poor, strong legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step into plank pose. Bend your elbows just halfway this time. Turn onto the tops of your feet. Peel your shoulders back, lift your heart and your chest. This is upward dog. So just the tops of your hands, or bottoms of your hands and tops of your feet are on the floor. And now zip in through your midline, push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your right leg to the sky, bend your right knee, open your pelvis towards the right. You might look under your right armpit. Step your right foot between your hands. Take your feet nice and wide, so there's lots of stability. Good. Squeeze your inner thighs together, really engage through your glutes, and then come up. Lift your arms all the way up. Perfect. You can always work from your knee on the ground here. Take your hands to heart center. Lift up through the crown of your head. Think about tracking your right hip back while your left hip comes forward. Rotate towards the right. This time we will pause. Take your left elbow across your right thigh and press your hands together. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale, come back through center. Drop your hands onto the floor. Push back, downward facing dog. Hold here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, stretch your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, bend your left knee, open through that pelvis, move in a way that feels really nice here. And now step your left foot between your hands, set your feet as wide apart as you need to. Plug in through the midline of your body to pull your arms up overhead. Once you find stability, track your hands together at heart center. Rotate towards the left. You can stay here if you're not twisting today. Or take your right elbow across your left thigh. Keep pushing back through your left heel. And find a few breaths in this really deep and unsteady rotation. Perfect. Inhale, come back through center. Stretch your arms high. And exhale, plant your palms on the floor, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to high plank, yogi's choice, choose your own adventure. You could come halfway into upward dog, maybe you go all the way down to the floor and take baby cobra. You can also opt out of any vinyasa and just work in downward dog. We're here for 5 breaths now. Bend into both knees, look forward, hop or step forward. Inhale, perk up, look over the edge of your yoga mat. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees low, place your hands at your heart, and now pull yourself up to standing. Hold here, breathe here. Just a few breaths. We'll change things up this time. Please bend into your knees, send your arms forward, inhale. Exhale, fold, come down to the floor. Inhale, lift up halfway. Listen carefully. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into a high plank pose. Take your left hand beneath your face and roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. Now take your right leg and bend your right knee. Place that right foot on the floor behind you. Option 1 is staying here. Option 2, imagine someone's grabbing you by the pubic bone or by the pelvis. Lift your pelvis up, reach your right arm back behind you. This is called wild thing. That's it. Your right foot's pushing down into the floor. Big, big back bend. Really slowly and mindfully pull back through center and push into downward facing dog. You might move your body through a flow or just stay here for one big cycle of breath. From downward dog, inhale forward to high plank. Place your right hand beneath your face again. Roll, or right hand beneath your face this time. Roll onto the outside edge of your right foot. Bend into your back knee. So your left foot is on the floor behind your right leg. Stretch your left arm up. Lift through your pubic bone. Real big back extension here as you take your left arm up and back behind you. Gradually move back out of the pose. Push yourself up into downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale out through your mouth. Inhale, look forward, step your right foot between your hands. Scissor yourself all the way up again. Take your hands, this time open your arms wide towards the right. So my right knee is forward, my right knee is bent, and my right arm reaches behind me. You're in a twisted lunge, yeah. Take your right hand down your back thigh, lift your left arm up. If you're with me, bend into your left elbow, place it onto your left thigh, place your right hand on top of your left hand. Really good. Gently release your hands to the floor, push back, downward facing dog. Breathe here or move through a vinyasa. Step your left foot between your hands. Bring your hands to your heart. Find stability here. Good. Start to rotate towards the left. Open your arms out. Your left arm reaches behind you. Your right arm is reaching forward. Take your left hand down your back thigh. Reach your right arm up, up, up. And now exhale. Place your right elbow across your left thigh. Your left hand on your right hand just for a moment. Release both hands to the floor. Press back, downward facing dog. Drop your knees to the floor. Find child's pose. Close your eyes. Find child's pose. 5 breaths here. Feel the heat rising in your body. Feel the energy moving, the pulse pulsing. Yeah, take water if you need to. And you made it through. That was our yang portion of the practice. So from here on in, I'll guide you through yin postures, which means shapes like this, like child's pose, that we will hold for about 3 to 5 minutes. If you feel any pain in these shapes, because we're holding them for such a long time, it's absolutely essential that you modify or add props. In this pose, for example, pain in the ankle joint or knee joint can be mitigated by sliding blankets underneath those areas. Maybe you drape a blanket or a bolster or even a couch cushion or pillow under your torso. And when we come into this version of these shapes that we've done in the yang portion of the class, the intention is different. So the intention is to relax the muscular force in your body. When we do this, we start to flood your joints with synovial fluid, rehydrating tissues that are old or dehydrated, and hopefully improving flexibility and range of motion in your body. So as you dive into your 3rd minute here already, could you take a deep breath in through your nose? Open your mouth wide, exhale, and see if you can soften the places that have perhaps remained hard or tense throughout the duration of time in this shape. Soften those places. 1 more minute here in silence. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide, exhale. As you inhale, can you drift your body out of this shape and come down onto your tummy? Come down onto your tummy. And then just hold yourself up on your forearms here. This is Sphinx pose. And so you have the option of staying here. If being on your belly is an issue today, the modification would be bridge pose on your back. And in the belly variation, your shoulders are directly above your elbows. Your palms can be flat on the floor, maybe touching one another. Good. Allow your lower back to really relax here as you start to create compression in your lumbar spine and tension through the front of your torso. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, soften your pubic bone, soften your spine. Close your eyes. And if it feels okay, you might even let your head just hang in space here. As we get older and older and older, the sacral lumbar arch of our spine really shifts, and you can see that as elderly people's bodies look like they're folding forward or in a hunchback shape. So this kind of work through your lower back, any kind of back bending work in your yoga practice, is really, really good to help to restore that natural curvature in your spine. Those of you that are comfortable working from your tummies, I'd like you to now roll your whole body down onto the floor. And I'll show another variation of this where you don't have to come onto your belly. Open your arms wide, like you're giving the floor a great big hug. And you might need to actually perk up and watch me for this one, but I'll do my best to explain it verbally. So let your palms relax down onto the floor. Push your left hand onto the floor and roll onto your right shoulder. Roll onto your right shoulder. You can place a prop underneath your right ear and perhaps bend your left knee and place it behind you as a kickstand. Now your left hand can stay where it is, or maybe you lift your left arm up and let it float over towards your right fingers. So that's variation one. Those of you that aren't working from your bellies, you can do this same work against a wall. You just sit up on your knees or stand up upright. Press your torso towards the wall and then begin to roll over towards your right shoulder. So wherever you've decided to go, you're holding here just for about 5 more breaths. That equals about 25 seconds. 5 more breaths here. Let's all take one more deep breath in together. Exhale completely. Move back to neutral. Take a moment here, and if there's any adjustments you need to make, you go ahead and make those adjustments. Open your arms wide. Again, this time press your right fingers into the floor and roll over towards the left side of your shoulder. You can bend your right knee and place it behind your left leg. And if your ear is drifting away from the floor and that feels really uncomfortable for your neck, just place a blanket underneath that ear to help support you. Right hands can stay on the floor, or they might lift up and stretch over. Not so long here, but long enough to feel that rising and falling of tension and compression. So if you feel pinchy electrical sensations, back off. Otherwise, 5 more long, slow breaths. Dissolve your body back onto your belly, back onto your yoga mat. Take a moment here. Feel what you feel, and then push yourself up onto all fours. Walk your right knee behind your right wrist, or pigeon pose or sleeping swan pose is how we name it in yin. And stretch your left leg back in one long line. Fold forward here, either coming to the floor, maybe to props or your hands. We'll hold here for 3 full minutes. That's quite a bit of time, so you always have the option of working in the modified version that doesn't put that pressure against your joints. You could come against the wall or come just in space from your back and place your right ankle across your left thigh. Whichever variation you choose, you can get to a place where your muscles can relax, so there's not a lot of tension. And if you can't find any sort of relaxation in the shape, take the modification or add some props. We can't target the yin tissues, the tendons and the ligaments, without relaxing the muscles first. Please take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide, exhale. You are halfway there. Let's take 3 more breaths together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Let that whole breath go. Patiently walk your hands in towards your body. If you're down on your back, you'll just unwrap your legs. If you're in sleeping swan, bring your back leg forward, walk your hands behind you, and take a moment just to flutter your knees from side to side. Find that big hip stretch on the opposite side. So it's your left leg that comes forward if you're moving into the groundwork, the pigeon variation on the earth. And if you're working from your back, your left ankle will cross over your right thigh. You don't have to do the same thing on this side that you did on the other side. Snuggle into the shape so it feels really safe, really supported and sustainable. You've got 3 full minutes here. 3 full minutes in silence this time. Trust me, I will let you know when your time is up. Enjoy. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Carefully find your way back up. Take both legs out in front and allow your knees yet again just to shift from side to side. Eventually, take the soles of your feet together and press your heels a comfortable distance away from your pelvis. You've created a diamond-like shape between your legs. Place your hands towards your shins or your ankles. Close your eyes and just start to weave your body left to right. As you do this, you might turn your head in one direction or another, unraveling some areas of tension or tenderness through your spine. Over time, you can begin to walk your hands further forward towards your feet or the floor. And ultimately, you'll find a place that is around 70% of your body's range of motion. So even if you could pull your head towards your feet, don't do that. Just go about 70% of the way there. And find stillness. Your head can really hang heavy here. This is a deep forward fold. Feel free to place your hands anywhere above or below your legs. You might drop a blanket on top of your feet or on the floor in front of your feet to rest your forehead. But this is a very cathartic and internalizing place to go. And we'll spend 2 minutes here just marinating in the deep spinal stretch and inner groin stretch that this pose offers. If at any time you feel pain, come down onto your back and rest. We will meet you there shortly. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale with a sigh, out through your mouth. Move really slow as you tuck your chin in towards your chest. Start to elevate through your back body. Your eyes stay soft. There's a big shift in blood pressure here. Be patient. And please come all the way down onto your back. When you get there, squish your knees into your chest. Keep your eyes soft. And give yourself a little massage. Just roll your body back and forth, side to side on the floor. Eventually, could you guide both knees over towards the right and land in a reclining spinal twist? Your knees can be stacked or staggered. Your arms could be open wide or bent at your elbows. And settle your gaze somewhere that feels really nice for your head and your neck. Close your eyes, let your breath slow down. Soften through your entire spine. And take the next few minutes to do absolutely nothing for yourself or anybody else. Just rest. Navigate your knees back through center for one brief breath. Now shift them over towards the left, stacked or staggered. Reevaluate your arm and your head position. Find a place that feels wonderful and drop in there. Please find your way back through center. Take any final movements, poses, or adjustments you need here. And when you're ready, go ahead and lay your body down for final Shavasana, corpse pose. If your body temperature has cooled down, which it will tend to do in a yin practice, bundle up with socks, sweaters, and blankets so you feel really cozy and comfortable here. Can you fully surrender in Shavasana? Know that I will be here to pull you out in 4 minutes. Enjoy. Remain absolutely still here and go back to our intention of balance. Take a moment to reflect on what you need to add in or subtract from your daily life to find more balance and stability. And now take little movements through your fingers and your toes. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, stretch your toes beyond, take a big yawn. Exhale, relax. Roll over onto the right side of your body. Push yourself all the way back up to sit. Place your hands together at heart center. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big breath out through your mouth. And bow your head into your hands. Thank yourself for carving out the space to move, to breathe, to be. And I thank each of you for coming. Namaste.